Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great and also for teaching us the truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading his word in sincerity and in truth. Salahya. I'm the brother Quatas of Zion, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Yeah, man, so you see demons jump on you as soon as you want to make a video. Got you yawning and stuff. But yeah, man, in this lesson, I want to speak about the dwelling safely in the congregation, because dwelling in the congregation of the Most High, seeking counsel, is going to cause you to dwell safely. And let me further elaborate on why I'm saying that. It's like if you have a young cat, a young brother coming in, and he wants to start teaching, right? Want to start making videos, start to be a teacher. Then the order of the elders and apostles on down is that he should be checked. It should be checked what he's bringing out. Why? Because you have elders that are above you that might have already went into that scripture, went into those things, that might already have received certain breakdowns that are not on the internet anymore. So that's why he has to, look for counsel by these elders, and it doesn't have to be elders, because elder means that you're 10 years or more in the truth. But I mean brothers that have been a bit more in the truth, a bit more longer than you. So causing to do that, not trying to be doing the thing on your own, trying to be alone all of the time and trying to, go into deep breakdowns by yourself. That's not wise, because you as a newborn babe, you are actually a babe. You are born again, you are a babe, so you shouldn't be alone. You shouldn't try to be doing this thing all alone, because the Most High has set up a camp, the Most High has set up a flock that is already established, and you have to console with them. You have to congregate with them. So let's go into that word, congregation. Congregation, and the Etem Online, it says late 14th century. Congregation, a gathering, assembly, a crowd, an organized group, as a religious order or body of scholars. Act of congregating. So let me go to the root word, the actual meaning. Let me see if I can. No, I can't really click on that. But jumping to, from a simulated form of com, meaning together, sikon, and gregare, to collect into a flock, gather. You see, from Grex, a flock, to gather. So the Most High has set up a flock. You have to congregate with a flock, as Yahushai said, feed my flock. Feed the sheep. So the Most High often refers to us as sheep. You see, so you have to dwell with the flock. You got to dwell with the congregation. You got to seek for brotherly advice. And that's gonna cause you to dwell safely. Let's go into Psalms 111, verse 1. Praise ye Yahweh. I will praise Yahweh with my whole heart in the assembly of the upright and in the congregation. See? So let's go into that word, congregation. Which is the word, let me see, Waida. Actually, it's Ida because Y is and Ida is congregate. Congregation, the outline of biblical usage says congregation, gathering. And the Strong's definition says assembly, company, congregation, multitude, people, swarm. And if you go into the root word, which is id, it says outline of biblical usage, witness, testimony, evidence of things, witness of people, a recorder. Yeah, a recorder. And if you go into the root word, which is iwada, and the outline of biblical usage says to return, repeat, to go about, do again, to bear witness, to testify, to witness, to cause, to testify, take or call as witness, invoke, to protest, affirm, solemnly, warn, exhort. Yeah, this is what I was looking for, you see? So the brothers that are in the congregation, they are going to warn you from certain things, you know? They're going to exhort you when it's needed and enjoin solemnly, you see? Charge, admonish. Strong's definition says encompass, restore, admonish, charge, earnestly lift up, protest, call to record, relief, rob, solemnly stand upright, testify, give warning. You see? So the brothers that are in the congregation, they are going to warn you if you're going off, you know, and they are going to exhort you when you are put down, you know, in the flesh. And if they see that the spirit, you know, is kind of on a low, how can I say it, on a low stance, you know, they're going to exhort you. You see, so that's why it's very important to be with the congregation, because they are going to warn you for example, for this, when you are a young brother that is trying to teach things, because the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the beginning of wisdom. So you should always have this fear, you know, that you're not teaching things that are going off. For I testify unto every man that heareth the word of the prophecy of this book, which is the Bible, if any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book, which is these ICBM missiles, ultimately, you know. So you don't want to go off, which is going to cause you to miss your own salvation, you know. You don't want to go off in case that you are going to be left back here, you know, that you are causing other people to learn something that is not scriptural, but which isn't correct. Let me say it that way, you know, because the penalty of that is eating these ICBM missiles. And that's why the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the beginning of wisdom. So you should check, and then double check what you are bringing out, you see? Because we have a Lord that is an austere man, which is Yahweh Shai. You know, he's not playing any games. He's not making any jokes, you know, like the elders and apostles said, it's always sifting time here, you know. That's why it's very important to congregate and seek counseling, especially if you're doubting of something. And even if you're not doubting, it's always good to congregate and to seek counseling. This is Proverbs 11, verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. So this is speaking about how you should be ruling a kingdom, you know, that you have counselors, which are advisors. And in this case, you have spiritual advisors, men that have been walking in this way for a bit longer than you, you know, so they are going to show you the right way, you see. Let's go to precept, Proverbs 24, verse 6, and it reads, "For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety." You see? Because we are here in a spiritual warfare. This is speaking about war, a kingdom that is at war, but we ourselves, we are having a spiritual warfare with uh, um, these principalities, you know, these evil and wicked people that are putting spells and incantations on people constantly, you know, this low vibration. And being in this war, you should always seek counsel, you know. So the point I wanted to make with this is that with counselors, with spiritual advisors, because if you go into that word counseling, counselor, let's go. Um, it says, Yaitaza, and the outline of biblical use, it says to advise, to consult, give counsel, propose, devise, plan, advise, give counsel, to conspire. The Strong's definition said, advertise, take advice, advise, determine, guide, purpose. You see? Spiritual guidance, spiritual advice. That's what you are getting from men that have been in this congregation for a bit longer than you have. You know, so it's always important to do that. So let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Book of Sirach. Sirach 30 and 8. Sirach 30 and 8, and it reads, "An horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful." So a horse not broken becometh headstrong. If you have a horse, you know, people that are training horses, they break them in as soon as they're born. Actually, that's the best time to break him in. That's the best time to make him tame. You know, because if you don't do that, if you don't break him in, then he's gonna be stiff neck. He's gonna be stubborn. He's gonna do what he wants to do. You know, and in the same way, with a man that doesn't humble himself, you know, I'm not saying that people are not humbling themselves, but this is advice, and that's actually how it goes. Because Elder Apostle Gabar, he said, pride is the first thing that goes when you come into the truth, because you have to become as a little child, and you have to humble yourself, and you have to listen. You know, so you can't come in like you already know it all. You know that you can't be corrected. You should desire to seek counsel from brothers, especially when it comes to teaching. You know, because a horse that is not being corrected, you know, a horse that is not being broken in, he's going to be headstrong. And the same thing happens to people in the truth. You know, if they don't like correction, that they don't come into a camp, or they don't come near a camp, and you can't tell somebody like that anything. But in GMS, in Great Millstone, there is an order that is established, and you have to come under that order. So you can't be headstrong. You have to be broken in. And a child left to himself will be willful. Gone. A child left to himself, meaning there's no authority over him, he's going to be willful. You know, he's going to be doing whatever he wants to do. You see? And you, as a newborn babe, you need guidance. You need counseling. You know, you need that milk before you go into the strong meat, which is these deeper breakdowns. You know, when it's time for you to be a teacher, you ought to be taught again. You know, which are the first principles of being an oracle, roughly paraphrasing. You see, so you as a born again newborn babe, you can't be left on your own. You know, you have to be seeking brothers and seeking counseling. So Ecclesiastes 6, verse 2, because this is what's going to happen if you are left alone. This Ecclesiastes, the book of Sirach 6, verse 2. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull string alone. You see, here that word goes alone again, you know. But going to the first part of scripture, extol not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart. You see, don't be wise in your own conceit. Don't be thinking like, okay, I know it all, you know. Because if you are going to have a conversation with yourself, you're always going to be right, you know. But if you are going to be in a conversation with another spiritual man, you know, as the book of Matthew says, where two or three are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst thereof. You know, so when you are with another sparring partner, then, you know, the spirit of Yahweh Bashem, the spirit of Yahweh Shai dwelleth there. So he's not gonna lead you astray. But if you are in your own thoughts, then, you know, you might make mistakes. So reading on, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull string alone. Gone. So if you put a bull, you know, what do these people do? Put the bull in a city, right? What is that thing called, man? I forgot. The name evades me. The name eludes me. But there's the ceremony, or not ceremony, this festival that people have, something from with Toro. Can't really come on the name of the festival, but people, they put a bull to rage in the streets, right? So he's raging. Often they're raging in a horde, but then sometimes you see this one bull tearing up the place alone. You know, maybe going into a store, tearing up the whole place. You know, and that's how you are going to be torn if you are left alone to your own thoughts. You know, you're going to break everything in pieces. You're gonna break yourself. You know, you are going to destroy yourself, basically. So that's why you need leaders. That's why you need leadership. That's why you need guidance, spiritual advisors. Being alone is going to tear you up, you see. But of course, you have certain men that don't, that can't be in a group or whatnot. I'm not speaking about them, you know. It's the Most High is dealing with them. If the Most High is dealing with them, He is going to have mercy upon who He will have mercy. But in general, it's that on the Great Millstone, you come under order, you know. And if you are doing your own thing, you are not in Great Millstone, you see. So let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, because you have certain people that have a very strong spirit on them, and that they can stand and preach and teach alone. But if you are following the doctrine of Great Millstone, the best thing to do is to stay close to the flock, stay close to the congregation. Ecclesiastes 4, we'll start at 9. And it reads, two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up their fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he had not another to help him up. See, like we were going into, exhorting each other, helping each other, warning each other. You know, you are you your brother's keeper? Yes, you are. You have to help your brother, because on these two hangeth all the laws. Love the Most High with all your heart, and love your neighbor as you love yourself, meaning love your brother as you love yourself, you know. So if you woe to him that is alone, which woe goes into destruction, woe to him that is alone, because when he falleth, for he had not another to help him up, you see. So it's better to be dwelling in the congregation with brothers, they're gonna that are gonna help you, that are willing to help you. You see? Verse 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? God, and this goes into like when you are teaching with a brother, when you are a reader for a brother, when you are studying with a brother, you know, he might spark something up in you. He might give you the heat, you know, which that warmth is the heat, and that heat comes with the fire of the Spirit. You see? So that spark, that heat of of the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai from him, it might come on you. So that's how when you watch a video of the apostles, of an elder, of another brother, then often you get fired up also in the Spirit. That's why it says, again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? God, so if you are alone doing a whole Lone Ranger thing, you know, you're it's gonna be very hard, man. You know, because the point of this video is that seek counseling, seek guidance. You know, if you want to be a teacher, if you're new in this thing, if you have questions, you know, bring it to the congregation or bring it to the brother that you know you feel comfortable with or that is above you. You see, that's gonna give you that spiritual guidance. So with that, I hope this video is edifying, and I want to say Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Reka Kudash Shalom Akim.